Our whole family died that night.
The result of one man's decision.
It was the last day of school before the Christmas break. After the exams, we went to the basketball game. The kids were hungry after the game. We stopped at Subway. In the car was Lindy, Christopher, Cameron, myself, and Christopher's girlfriend, Marissa. On our way home, a drunk driver had entered onto the interstate and hit us that night. Lindy, Christopher, and Cameron did not survive. The drunk driver was going the wrong way at about 90 miles an hour.
My dad called me and he said, "Mom's been in a crash. It doesn't look good, but they said she's stable." And I knew the kids were with her. I wasn't initially worried about them because if she made it, of course the kids should be fine. You know, they're young, resilient. As I was turning in the hospital, I saw my dad and one of my brothers just frantically running in the parking garage. A couple moments later, my dad got a phone call from state police, and they let us know that both drivers in the crash had passed away. So I showed him a picture of both my sisters, and he said, "Come with me." I knew what that meant. So I walked to the back, and there was a body bag zipped up. I asked my mother-in-law, I said, "Who is it?" And she said, "It's Cameron." And she looked like she was sleeping. And I asked him, I said, "Are you sure y'all did everything?" I said, "She looks fine." And he said, "Every limb was broken. There was nothing we could have done." The nurse said, "I found your brother." And I said, "Well, I know he's not okay, but at least he's alive." And he just shook his head no. And I said, "What about my other sister?" He said, "She's still stuck in the car." And I said, "She's not okay." And he said, "She's also gone." I just remember thinking, like, this is way too real to be a dream. I don't even think I cried that night because I was genuinely in shock. Those were my 3 babies. The biggest reality of it was being rolled into that house in a wheelchair, knowing that they weren't there. It was the most devastated feeling I have ever experienced in my life. These 3 young, beautiful kids who had just amazing, bright futures ahead of them. Knowing that I was going to see my babies in those caskets, there's just no words to describe the heartache. These drunk drivers do not get the sentence that they deserve. It's just so heartbreaking because they're going to get to go on with their life. For the rest of our lives, our hearts are going to be broken. I really don't think the man set out that day to go kill people. It was just a result of a horrible decision that he made. Oh gosh, we don't want another family to have to experience this. Decisions have consequences. Do not drink and drive.